to Tranquility Du Jour TV. And what I wanted to do tonight was read from some of the great ideas that you all came up with from our last video where I asked for feedback on what it is you'd like to see more or less of on Tranquility Du Jour. And some of you, well, all of you, had really good ideas. And so I wanted to give you some feedback on what it is I would be incorporating and what it is I was really excited to incorporate moving forward. So definitely there was a request for suggestions and prompts on living the creative life. We'll continue to do that for sure. And I like too the idea about living the creative life while also working the traditional 9-to-5 job. Totally get ya. Starting your own business. So I was thinking that that would be something I should incorporate a little bit more on the various entrepreneurship angles that life has taken me and kind of some how-tos around it. And, you know, there's so much that goes into starting your own business. So I'm curious, too, blogger Kathy wrote this, if there's anything in particular that you all are curious about with regard to starting your own business. I have all of my secrets in Tranquilista, but I'm curious if there's something that you're wanting maybe a little bit more. Come on, Louie. Hello. Louie's going to go get his teddy before he comes back on TV. His beloved teddy that he stole from a little girl about 6 years ago. So next, on artist dates. Totally get ya. Love me some artist date. Desperately need an artist date. And my artist date actually this morning was spent in bed, completely relaxing. Even had to cancel a hair appointment. I just didn't have it in me. And I find that February has that effect on a lot of people. There's Teddy in the background being shaken by Louie. My apologies. And, you know, it just has this, like, tiring, exhausting effect on people. And so if you're feeling that, I know a lot of people are feeling that in the D.C. area. I'm right along there with you. And we just have to, like, hang in there and know that spring is right around the corner. A day in the life of Miss Kimberly Wilson, from sun up to sundown. And I love this idea. And I was thinking about it. Actually,
we could video it.
Oh yeah, and Tim's like, we could video it. You know, I was thinking about this actually in my yoga class today that I was taking, not teaching. But I was like, what a cool idea, but which day? Because every day is so different. Like, clearly internship, that wouldn't work. Going to school, lame. I mean, school, it's fun, but you know, you may not want to go there with me. So I was thinking of like, what would be the best day? So I'm definitely going to think about this because I love this idea from like first thing in the morning to how does the day start to moving into the evening. It's a really cool idea. Lots on how-tos were requested. How to get children involved with yoga from an early age. Frankly, I have no idea, and I'm really not the person to share that. I love the idea, Jessica, but I would say there's a lot of great mommy blogs out there, and there's probably a lot of great yoga mommy blogs too. So I'm sorry, I really have no clue on that one. Cultivating your relationships, romantic, friendship, familial, and how to keep and make your relationships special and tranquil day to day. And it's funny, I just am fresh out of a meeting with my front desk team at Tranquil Space DuPont, and we were talking about how important it is that we make sure people feel special all the time. And of course this translates to our personal relationships, not just professional. And so I love that, and I have highlighted it, and I will do my best to bring this to fruition. DIY videos or posts, absolutely. Bringing back the Artist Way Tele workshop, and I'll definitely consider that. I like that idea, and I used to have it, and I just pulled it down and instead created the Tranquilista and Tranquility project ones because those, you know, were my own original work. But I do love the idea of the Artist Way, so I'm going to think about this and how I can kind of bring it back to fruition. So thank you for that. Art journaling, more on art journaling, abso-freaking-lutely. I like, you know, the idea on meditation or visualization, guided. You know, I must confess I'm not a big kind of guided visualization person. It's never really worked for me. And so you probably won't see that. A guided meditation, maybe. Absolutely, I love meditation, but I find they're best when they're just kind of sitting still versus guided. So I can recommend probably some great ideas, though, for that. Some great suggestions. There were some recommendations on certain ladies that you'd like to have interviewed for the podcast. Love getting your suggestions. And I hope you see, too, that I do take advantage of them. And I try to act on all of them that resonate. More discussion of vegetarianism and animal welfare. Absolutely. It's a huge, huge passion of mine, so I will continue to bring that forth. And topics such as spirituality and the yoga way of life. Always of interest. Yay! Always of interest for me too. Again, more for guided meditation and short yoga classes. You know, one thing that I got a lot on requests for yoga classes here. And one thing that I felt like that was coming up for me as I was reading those was like, great idea, and I could do those, but I don't feel like I'm particularly challenged with them. You know, someone who's been teaching yoga for 12 years, and not to say that I'm not still challenged teaching yoga, I absolutely am. But I feel like when I put out a video that's like on something new or different for me, that I in turn have to grow to be able to share that, or I expose you to something new, like something in my home, which is fun for me. And I don't know why, but the yoga, for some reason, that one isn't as appealing to me. And I think it's too, there's so many amazing yoga blogs out there and so many yoga podcasts and yoga YouTube videos. So I feel like people can get that resource there. And what I like to bring is more of the yoga philosophy kind of woven into a creative, sparkly lifestyle. That's kind of my unique touch. So I think if you're looking for more yoga, there are so many, come on up, Louie. There are so many great resources out there that are more kind of pure yoga. That may be a better option for you. I'd like the more videos about your favorite things post, which I still have to do for this week. And I love that. I would be happy to. And this was another idea that I thought was genius, is favorite books, pull some of them out and read from them, which I thought was so fun. It's like storytelling, like I'm putting you all to sleep, or putting you to bed and reading you, not to sleep, that didn't sound right. Tim's laughing in the background. But do you know what I mean? It's like, I always, my favorite beloved grandfather would, every night, whenever I'd stay with him, it was like, Billy Goat's Gruff. He'd read to me that, and that was like my favorite story. So I love the notion of kind of reading to you some of my favorite passages or things that I found inspirational. Craft ideas, okay, if you insist. And how to apply yoga to everyday life, absolutely. Natural skincare, I don't really know much about that. There's a resource of someone to look into. Sounds good. And then entrepreneurship came up again. This one I thought was really fun, an online book club, and I've thought about doing that for a while, so I'll see if I can bring that one to fruition. I love that idea. And even if it was one book a month that we read together and we comment on, I think that's a fabulous idea. And that, of course, is Miss Carrie. Dealing with obstacles, oh my God, there's so many of those, right? And I think that was about it. That was all that I underlined, at least, that were ideas. You know, otherwise they were, you know, fun kudos or just fun kind of reminders or ideas. But those were all of the recaps or the ideas on the recaps that I took away. There were 39 comments. And as you know, Darlene Coquette is the one who won the ephemera packet. So I thank you for everyone who sent in your suggestions, because they are totally taken to heart. And I really, really appreciate you reading and listening and all the great feedback you continue to share, and I look forward to bringing these into fruition. So in the interim, keep the ideas coming, and we have some more fun podcasts lined up for you, and see if you can get through the February funk and know that spring is right around the corner. Have a great, great week. Namaste.